Well, let's try this again, folks. I've been sitting here talking for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes and didn't even realize that my camera had shut itself off. So, we'll start over. This is DP with DJ. It is Saturday, March 28th, 2026. And I am on the last section of this crazy, aggravating canvas. So, I will be so happy to get this done. And normally I save my drills, especially like pretty purples like this. But this one, no. I hate to say it, but all these drills are hitting the trash when I am done. I am over it. Completely over it. And now I gotta try to figure out what in the world I was talking about. And before technology rudely cut me off. Me and technology. Oh, I know I was talking about my car. My brother had wanted ice cream last night. So I was getting ready to go run to the store for him. Get out. My car is dead. Completely dead. And so I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point, because I will need my car next Friday, because my class is next Friday. And I mean, if I have to, I can drive his truck. I just don't really like driving his truck, because his truck, he has an 8-foot bed on it, an extended cab. I'm a very short person, so I have difficulty seeing over the steering wheel and over the dash. But if I have to drive it, I will. But we'll have to deal with the battery. He hasn't felt good all week. His leukemia is flaring up. But, of course, his mean sister makes him, get up and eat. So at least we haven't had to make a trip to the hospital yet. And we're trying to avoid that. I'm trying to find the right things for him to eat to help him get through this flare-up. And it used to be he'd have a flare-up at least once a month when we lived in the city. I think this may only be the second time. I thought it might have been the third, but I think this is only the second time since August of us moving here that he's had this kind of a flare-up. I mean, he's not been up all week long. So, but at least when I get him, a good meal in him, he's able to sit up and watch a little TV. He's not up moving around a lot. I mean, even going to the bathroom is a serious struggle for him. But that's really not something I can help him with. Not that he even wants help. That's definitely one area. He will put the brakes on. He doesn't want help. And I get that. I mean, I'm his sister. I get it. I know I saw, there it is. I'm like, I know I saw one stray one there. But, and I don't know if you can see it up here. I have my green CP ribbon right here in here for CP awareness. Miss Southern Belle put a challenge out to everybody to add a green ribbon to whatever you're working on. And it's not necessarily diamond painting, but I don't crochet, I don't knit, none of that stuff. So mine stops at diamond painting, but so on this one, I decided to pull out my leftover crystals and find a green that wouldn't blend in. And it's harder to see because this is a big canvas, but when you're looking at it in person, it really stands out. So, and I'll do a completion video on this one because I'm going to have to lay it out and let it relax because I've had both ends, had to roll it up in order to work on it on my smaller table here. I just love this table, so, and the kitchen table I've been using for diamond painting a smaller project with Mel, so I wasn't going to take it out there. I don't want to have to move everything. Yep, I'm lazy. So, didn't want to do that, so I'm just dealing with what I'm dealing with. I roll it up. I wish I had one of those rollers that Brody made. I saw that 3D roller he made. That would have been perfect for me. And so I may need to get one of those because I have other very large canvases that I'd really like to do at some point. See, folks, that's the kind of stuff I do, and I end up dumping a whole tray of drills. And I have done that a couple of times on this painting because I get so frustrated with this thing. And I'll be glad when this one's done. It'll be really pretty, but it's very aggravating. Now we gotta straighten the drills back out. Maybe I'll stop messing it up. I'm just really ready for this thing to be over. Oh, this is so... You guys have no idea how happy I will be when this is done. Constant wax. 8 squares of wax. 8. This is a 40 by 40. I've never gone through so much wax. I mean, But now that I understand what the problem is, if I had a small colander, y'all better believe that these drills would have gotten washed. It had taken me less time to do that and then finish the painting than what it's taken me to do it with all this nonsense. But we're already into it, almost done. But if I had a small colander, I would have definitely washed these drills. So, as it is, we will be saying bye-bye to them today because this project will get done today. Are you kidding me? I've already got to get more wax. I'm so ready for this to be completed. We're supposed to have nice weather. Next week we're going to have rain. I can't remember what day it's going to start. Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. But we can use the rain. And all right. And that's another thing that's happened a lot because of the wax. I try to get one and it pops the whole tray, and then my drills are out of whack. They're not lined up anymore. So I'm doing that a lot too. Having to realign my drills in the tray. So I don't understand, why would a company want to send their drills out like that? I mean, budget friendly or not, I mean, that doesn't make sense. And even though it's an older canvas, I've had it for a while, the drills were never out, so they can't say that they got dirty here because they've been in the sealed train the whole time. I mean, I didn't pull them out and kit them up and then they sit for months. You know, no, I don't do that. I don't have the space. If I had that kind of space, believe me, I'd probably have more than one project going at a time. Like everybody else, I'd end up with, 5 or 6 WIPs sitting here. But I don't have that kind of space. It's probably a good thing. I like to work on something and get it completed. I like the satisfaction of the completion. I have to keep watching this camera because I have no idea why it just shut itself off. But I mean, my phone is on silent, and it's possible because I felt the vibration on the table. I did try to come through, and I don't know how you disable the phone altogether when you're trying to do a video. So I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's an option to disable the phone altogether, because that's the main function of a cell phone, is the phone. So if anybody knows a way to disable it while you're doing videos, please let me know. Put it in the comments, because this has happened to me a couple of times, and then I realized, oh, a call came through and that shut everything else down. So it is Saturday. It's gonna be in the low 60s today. Oh, I made pork chops for dinner last night, and I tried a different way, a different process of doing them, baking them. Oh my God, they were so good. And garlic mashed potatoes with it, and corn. Oh, it was really good. I surprised myself on that one. And it's such a simple recipe. Very simple. But it was good. And my brother even liked it. The only thing he didn't like was the indigestion he got from it. And I really don't know why, because I didn't use any of spices that should have given him indigestion. Yeah, while I was doing that, because you have to rub olive oil on the chops before you season them. And of course, my hands have got olive oil all over them, and my phone rings. And I'm like, well, I had to let that call go to voicemail because I couldn't wash my hands fast enough to grab the phone. So we just had to skip that phone call. But it was really good. And believe it or not, when I did the grocery shopping the other day, how this happened, not a clue. I don't know where my brain was. I didn't order any bread. Now, mind you, we have bread. It's not like we don't have bread. But I shop for the month. I mean, we have 2 loaves of bread. But I should have gotten one more because my brother really likes to make sandwiches a lot. So we do go through quite a bit of bread. But I don't know where my brain was. I really don't. I can't believe. That's probably be the first order I put in when there's no bread in the order. Okay, I'm going to pause you for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. My throat was getting dry, and I could feel the coughs starting to come on, so I decided to just pause for just a moment and get a drink. Because when I start coughing, and if I cough too hard, then my head really starts hurting, and I have too much to get done today to not get anything done. I need to get more pictures. Oh, man. I absolutely cannot wait for this project to be done. Done. Excuse me. My apologies. I'll never forget when I first took over, hit the dealership. We used to have managers meetings, you know, once a week with the owners, or one of the owners, I should say. The owner I really enjoyed working for. I was new. None of them knew me, the other managers. So we're sitting in the owner's office, and he had introduced me, and then, you know, take the floor sort of thing. And as soon as I opened my mouth, the loudest belch came out of my mouth. I don't even know where it came from. And all these men, of course, I'm the only woman there. All these men are just looking at me. And I just skipped over it. I kept talking. I'm laughing, but I just kept on moving. And my boss later, he's just like, well, he goes, you did a great job. He goes, you really, how did he put it? You took control of the situation and just kept on going. He goes, I like that. And I said, well, I apologize, you know. Of course I said, excuse me. But I just kept on with, you know, what was the business at hand. But he's just like, you belch better than most men. And I'm like, thank you. I said, I guess that's the benefit of growing up with older brothers. You learn how to burp and fart louder than everybody else. And he just started laughing. He was so fun to work for. He was a character. He used to come in every morning. He would sing songs to my girls. He'd make up funny little songs. He was just a joy to work for. Very easy to talk to. You could be just point blank with him. You didn't have to beat around the bush, because that's one thing I'm not good at, beating around the bush. And he was just great to talk to, you know, great to work for. He was a wonderful boss. I miss that job. I worked there 17 and a half years till he sold his partnership and we all got replaced. But anyway, it was a great job. That's It's wax. Oh, Lord. I am really going to have to wipe this thing down because there is so much wax on this canvas. I've never seen so much wax on a canvas. But that's okay. That's an easy fix. I just wish I didn't have to do it. I've only had like a canvas with just a small spot on it where I've had to wipe it down. But this one, it's all over this canvas. So I was trying to watch videos this morning and did not, the shorter ones, you know, like Brody and, what was the other one? It's escaping me right now. But I had no problem watching them. But anything much longer than about 4 or 5 minutes, I just could not wrap my brain around it to be able to sit there and watch. So I apologize, everybody, for not commenting on everything, but I just didn't have the bandwidth in the brain this morning to be able to do it. And I know myself well enough. Yeah, I can't force myself to do it because then I end up with a headache. And we're not going there. We don't have time for that. I've already had a day of pounding headache. Thursday. Oh my goodness, that was not fun. Trying to get things done, and it didn't happen. All right. What else? Oh, I've already told you about getting the seeds in my pot. I still have one more pot, but I haven't decided what I want to put in it, because I have 2 with marigolds, and I forgot what that other little thing that I threw in there was. I think Johnny Jump Ups or something. I don't know. The seeds are kind of old, so if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. It'll be a nice surprise if they do. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I saw one out in the middle of over here. And I cannot wait to use my new pen. I'm getting excited about that. I showed my new pen and the tips to Mel. And of course, I've encouraged her to please do not just run out and start buying accessories. If there's something you're interested in, let's talk about it. Excuse me. So she started asking me about the tape that she's seen people put down around their canvas, and she didn't understand why. So I showed her why. And she's just like, oh, well, I better get some masking tape. And I said, no, 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 no. I said, masking tape is not what you're wanting. She says, why not? Masking tape is permanent, and you don't want permanent. You want washi tape or painter's tape. And she didn't understand, so I took the painter's tape that I use, this tape right here, and I put it on laid it down and attached it to my kitchen table. And she's kind of looking at me, and I said, well, if that was masking tape, and I left that there for a few days and then tried to pull it off of there, I said it would pull the finish off of my table. She goes, well, yeah. I said, painter's tape, washi tape is designed not to do that. And I pulled it up, and she's just like, oh, no masking tape. Okay, I said, see, this is why I would like to ask that you not do, just run out and buy stuff. Talk to me, and I'll walk you through it, and help you make sure you get the right stuff. And she says, okay, you got it. So we were talking about storage cases, because truly, that's one thing. If they don't come in the zip top baggies, we all know storage is something that you're going to have in order to kit up. So she has picked out one that she likes, and very reasonably priced. So I'm happy, for her on that. And then I showed her my pen, everything that it comes with, the little case it comes in, and she was shocked when I told her what the price was. But that's why I couldn't. Oh man, I had to get it. That's one I just absolutely could not pass up. And it kept getting delayed in delivery, and they asked my best friend if would you rather just have a refund, and maybe if it wasn't something that good of a deal, I would have said, yeah, just get the refund. But this was a deal I couldn't pass up. The metal tips, the rose gold metal tips, especially that metal straightener. And then it has a 4-placer, so I get to learn how to multi-place with a 4-placer now instead of just a 3-placer. So, kind of excited about learning that. Never thought I'd be excited about multi-placing. I really didn't think it was for me. But boy, I'm liking it. I'd like it better if I didn't have to put wax in it, every few seconds. But I am really enjoying multi-placing. The more I'm doing it, the better I'm getting at the placement, where I don't have to, or feel like I have to, oh, that's not straight, So I'm really liking that. And now I'm getting to where I just lay them down and keep going. And I don't feel like I have to fix it, like that. Boom. And I can do it horizontal and vertical. Now that one is way off, and that's because the wax isn't straight. I will be so happy when this one is done and get back to normal diamond painting rituals. So much wax. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep complaining about that, because complaining about it's not going to change anything. So let's just get it done and move on, right? And I do want to mention condolences to DP hobbyist Kim. Her mom passed away, and she needs prayers from everybody. Losing your parents, it's not an easy process to get through. I know, been there. So everybody keep her in your prayers. And Duran lost Deb. The Source 479. Yeah, Deb passed away. I was really sorry to hear that too, because she was a very beautiful soul, very positive person, and I really, really enjoyed them, as a team. A team of creators on YouTube. They live in Hawaii. It's always beautiful scenery there. It's just very beautiful. And Ron's had some really nice rainbows, videos on rainbows. And that would be Deb. Rainbows and butterflies. She was just such a beautiful person. So sweet. And yeah, gonna miss her. Which also makes me think of Carrie Sparkles. I miss that infectious laugh of hers. I just one of them things. We're not on this earth forever, folks. So try to enjoy the good people around you while you can. There's so many wonderful people in this community, this diamond painting community. Some very, very beautiful, God-fearing, positive-minded, just loving people. And I couldn't have found a better online community if I tried. I was so not expecting this, and I just fell into such a great community of people. Very wonderful people. God has definitely blessed me with that. So, and I'm going to have to probably slow this one down and close for today, because I need to check on him. I heard him coughing, and that's not good. So, with that, I'm going to tell y'all, be kind. A kind word, a kind gesture to somebody today. You never know what impact you're ever going to have on anyone in their day or even in their life. So just be kind. Always be kind. If you want to see a change in the world, be the change you want to see. Lead by example. Let's show folks how it's done. Kindness can be contagious. Let's spread that kindness virus everywhere we can. And maybe it'll catch on, and the world would be a better place if there was a little more kindness. People are all so nasty these days. That's one of the reasons I left the city. But with that, I'm going to wish you all a very blessed day, and enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Have fun. And y'all come back now, yeah?